Good morning everyone. Today we will start the chapter metals and non-metals. So before starting the MCQs, first I will give you the introduction. So what are the metals? These are the elements which carry positive charge. So you can say metals which can lose electrons. Okay. So I am taking one example, that is sodium. It has symbol Na. So what is the atomic number? It is 11. Okay. So how can you distribute the electrons? 2, 8, 1. Okay. So in outermost shell, how many electrons are present? Only 1. It is less than 4. Okay. It is less than 4. So it can easily lose the electron, and after losing electrons it will carry positive charge. So how can you say why it carry the positive charge? Because electrons carry negative charge. Okay, if you will remove electrons, then what will be left behind? It is positive. That's why sodium carry positive charge. So we can say now non-metals. What are non-metals? Which carry negative charge. So I will take the one example of non-metal also. Okay, for example chlorine. Okay, so you can see here chlorine, it has atomic number 17. How can you distribute the electrons? 2, 8, 7. If you will see here in outermost shell, it has more than 4 electrons. Okay, more than 4 electrons. So now it want to be a stable. So how it can be stable? By making it either equal to 8 or equal to 0. But it is near to the 8, so it will gain electron. Okay, it will not lose electrons, because for losing electron it has to remove 7 electrons. That is very difficult. So it can be stable by gaining 1 electron. And in outermost shell now it has 8 electrons. Okay, so by gaining 1 electrons it can carry 1 negative charge. Is it clear to all? So why it carry negative charge? Because electrons carry negative charge. If you will lose electron, electron will carry negative charge with it, and that's why remaining positive charge will be there. But if it will take the electrons, then it will carry negative charge. So you can see few examples of metals and non-metals. Okay, magnesium, it is metal, atomic number is 12. How can you distribute? 2, 8, 2. Okay, in outermost shell it is having 2 electrons. Okay, it can easily lose electrons, so now it will be positive. Okay, so one more example I am taking of oxygen. Its atomic number is 8. How can you distribute the electrons? 2, 6. So here again you can see here 6 electron, it is more than 4. It can gain electron. How many electrons it will gain? 2 electrons. So after gaining of 2 electrons it will carry 2 negative charge. Okay, so like this we can do all the examples of metals and non-metals. So now we will do the few objective questions related to this chapters. So here you can see here what are our topics: physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals, formation and properties of ionic compound. Okay, so our first question is, metal oxide react generally with acids, but few oxides of metal also react with bases. Such metallic oxides are, options are given here: magnesium oxide, second zinc oxide, aluminium oxide and calcium oxide. First we have to understand the meaning of this question. Metal oxide react generally with acids. Wherever metal word will come, it means it always has positive nature. So here metal oxide written here, it means this compound, it is having positive nature. Okay, react with acids. Acids always carry negative charge, it means its nature is negative. So positive nature can combine easily with negative. Okay, but one more thing it is written here: few oxides of metals. Few oxides of metal means metal oxides. It carry positive charge, but still it can react with base, and base carry positive charge. Okay, so how can it react positive with positive? So this type of nature actually present in the amphoteric oxides. So now I will tell you what is the meaning of amphoteric oxide. You can see amphoteric oxides are those oxides which can react with acids as well as base. Okay, so ampho means it has the two nature. When it will react with acid, then it will becomes base, but if it will react with acid, then it behaves as a base. Okay, so you have to find out the example which compound act as a amphoteric oxides. Okay, so you can see here magnesium oxide, it is purely base. Zinc oxide, it has amphoteric nature. Aluminium oxide, it also has amphoteric nature. Calcium oxide, it is purely base. So which option it can be? Second and third. So you can go according to the option B. So our next question is, the number of valence electron in outermost shell of atoms of a non-metal. Just I told to you, non-metals carry the negative charge, and how can you tell it carry negative charge? If it has more than 4 electrons in their outermost shell. So you can see here 1, 2, 3. It is less than 4 electrons. Okay, in outermost shell, few elements example they have taken. One carry the 1 electron in outermost shell, other carry 2, and third one carry the 3. But all are having less than 4. So definitely it behaves as a metals. Here it is option given here 3, 4, 5. 3 definitely it will be the metals because it is less than 4. 4 in outermost shell 4 it is there, so it can behaves as a metal as well as non-metals. And 5 it is behaving as a non-metals. But in question what is asked, all are the example, all should be the example of non-metals. Okay, so you can see in C option 5, 6, 7 all are more than 4 electrons, definitely this will be the example. Okay, but here in D option if you will see, here also this answer given 5, 6, 8 and it is also more than 4 electron, but this is not the answer. 5 and 6 it is the non-metal, but 8 it is already fully stable. So it neither gain electron or nor lose electron. So 8 it is the completely stable, it will not behaves as a non-metals. Okay, it behaves as a noble gases, purely non-metal it is not. So our next question is, the image shows an incomplete chemical equation of the reaction between iron and oxygen. Okay, so this reaction they have given, you have to complete the reaction. Okay, iron plus oxygen, when it will react, it should be fully balanced also. Okay, so after reaction, iron when react with oxygen, what is the charge present on iron? It carry +3 as well as +2. Okay, iron carry +2 as well as +3. So you can see in the option here iron carry +2 charge, oxygen carry -2 charge. So it can be here also FeO +2 and -2. Here Fe4O2 given. Here iron carry +2 but oxygen carry -4 charge, and that is not possible. So it is the wrong. Now in D option you can see Fe2O3, iron carry 3 positive charge, it can also be the option. Okay, and oxygen carry -2 charge, it is also okay. So out of these 3, A, B, D, which one can be the answer? The answer will be the D, because after completing the reaction, if you will see Fe2O3, in front of this you will write here 2, then total iron it is how much? It is 4. Here also how much iron it is present? 4. 2 into 3 it is 6, and here also how much oxygen present? 6. So this will be the correct answer. So our next question is, which option classifies the substance based on their physical properties? So you have to classify on the basis of physical properties. Physical properties, what does it means? Which appears to be physically, means you will not see according to the chemical reaction, how they are reacting, how they are behaving, accordingly you have to explain. Okay. So option it can be, in A option you can see graphite and silver, it is lustrous. Good conductor of electricity, it is given copper. Malleable, it is iron. Bad conductor of electricity is rubber. Okay. If all the options are correct, then it is the correct one. But if any one option it is wrong, then it is wrong option. So you can tell, you can see here, copper it is good conductor of electricity, definitely it is correct. Iron is malleable, correct. Okay. Bad conductor of electricity, rubber, it is correct. Then what is wrong here? Graphite and silver, it is lustrous written here. Graphite, it is not a lustrous. Okay. In B option you can see, copper it is lustrous, it is okay, correct it is. Good conductor of electricity, rubber it is bad conductor of electricity. Iron is malleable, okay. Graphite and silver, it is bad conductor of electricity, this is also wrong. Okay. Good conductor of electricity, rubber it is the bad, this is the wrong option. So definitely B will not be this. Okay, B will not be the answer. In C if you will go, copper it has lustrous property, definitely, because it is the pure metal. Good conductor of electricity, graphite and silver, it is good conductor. You have seen in pencil lead also, that is graphite, which is the good conductor. Iron is malleable, rubber is the bad conductor of electricity. So all points that is written here, it is all are correct. Okay, so you can go accordingly. So answer will be the C option. In D option you can see here, rubber it is written here malleable, but it is wrong. Okay. So next question it is, a student writes two incomplete chemical reaction. This written here, Xp4 plus 5O2, Y2 magnesium plus O2. So you have to complete the reaction. Which option completes the reaction to form a balanced chemical equation? Okay. So you have to find out, you have to check the valency, you have to check the charge, then only you can write. So you can see here, in first reaction, what is X here in the product? Okay, in product, what is X that you have to tell? P4O, P4 when react with O2, okay, phosphorus when react with O2. So what will be the compound? First you should know what is the atomic number of phosphorus. It is 15. Okay, 285. It is 15. So how much electrons it can gain? To complete its stability, it can gain 3 electrons. Then it should carry how much charge? -3. Okay, phosphorus should carry -3 charge. But if you will do in higher classes, okay, it also carry the positive charge. But how can you explain this? Whenever any elements react with more reactive negative elements, what I am saying here, phosphorus, if you will do according to 10th level, it should carry -3 charge, but now it is going to react with oxygen, and oxygen it is more stronger negative as compared to P4 phosphorus. ये ज़्यादा नेगेटिव है ऑक्सीजन किससे, फॉस्फोरस से. सो फॉस्फोरस विल बिहेव्स एज ए पॉजिटिव. तो यहाँ पर फॉस्फोरस कैसे बिहेव करेगा, एज ए पॉजिटिव. ओके, so P will become positive and oxygen will become negative. So you can see here in option A, X, it carry P5O4. Oxygen can't carry -5 charge. इसका कभी भी -5 charge नहीं होता. It is carrying -2 charge. Okay, so definitely it is the wrong. In next option you can see B. Here also you can see here oxygen it is carrying a -1, but here it is wrong. Okay, if you will see here in C option P4O10, actually this is the dimer. What is this? It is dimer. So it is the dimer of which compound, P2O5. If you will see here, dimer means जो उसका डबल ही किया गया, उसका डबल कर दिया गया. 2 किसके इक्वल हो गया, 4 के, and 5 is equal to 10 after doubling. Okay, so actual compound it is P2O5. तो जिस ऑप्शन में P2O5 आ रहा है that will be the answer. But just now we have seen here phosphorus it behaves as a positive. Okay, ऑक्सीजन बिहेव्स एज ए नेगेटिव. तो ऑक्सीजन ने कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे दिए, 2 नेगेटिव. ओके, बट फॉस्फोरस ने कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन दे दिए, 5. बिकॉज इन इट outermost cell how many electrons are there, 5. You have seen na, 15, 2, 8, 5. Instead of gaining the 3 electrons, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करने की बजाय क्या कर देगा, 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज कर देगा. वाई? बिकॉज इट विल रिएक्ट विद more negative element, that is oxygen. Okay, so you can see in second reaction magnesium when react with oxygen, so what will be the answer? It is very simple. Mg when react with oxygen, magnesium carry +2 charge, oxygen carry -1 charge. +2 -1 it will cut. So what will be the compound, MgO. So option C will be the correct. Our next question is, a student studying the chemical properties of metals finds an incomplete reaction as shown below. Magnesium oxide plus nitric acid. Okay, so what will be the product? You have to check. When magnesium oxide react with nitric acid, it can be Mg3N2. Is it possible or not? And side product it is water. In B option it is given MgO when react with nitric acid, it will give magnesium hydroxide, then nitrogen dioxide. In C option, magnesium oxide when react with nitric acid, it will give magnesium and nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. But in D option, what is given here, magnesium oxide when react with nitric acid, it will give magnesium nitrate and water. So what will be the correct answer? The answer is D. Magnesium oxide plus nitric acid. If you will see the charge, magnesium carry plus charge and oxygen carry -2 charge. I will zoom here. Magnesium carry plus charge, oxygen carry minus charge. Okay, here hydrogen carry plus charge and nitrate carry minus charge. So plus will react with nitrate, it is the magnesium nitrate. Hydrogen when react with oxygen, it will be the water. Okay, but in other option you will see there is no formation of magnesium nitrate, so others compound formation is wrong. So final answer is D. So our next question it is, the chemical reaction between a piece of copper and nitric acid is given by the chemical reaction. First reaction is copper plus nitric acid. It will give copper nitrate and hydrogen. Okay. Then hydrogen react with nitric acid and give water and nitrogen dioxide. If you know the complete redox reaction in which oxidation will take place and in which reduction will take place, you can tell very easily the answer. Okay. You can see here in option A, it is given copper cause oxidation of nitric acid to form nitrogen dioxide. Okay. So copper, if it will react with nitric acid, it will not oxidize the nitric acid, because nitric acid it is a strong oxidizing agent. Okay. Okay, it is a strong oxidizing agent. So here you can see when copper react with nitric acid, copper nitrate will be formed, and side product what is releasing here, it is hydrogen, and this hydrogen will get oxidized by nitric acid. Okay, nitric acid it is a strong oxidizing agent, तो ये किसको ऑक्सीडाइज कर देगा, हाइड्रोजन को. ओके, सो आफ्टर ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, हाइड्रोजन को क्या मिल गया, ऑक्सीजन. नाउ इट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू वाटर. ओके, and from nitric acid what will release, it is nitrogen dioxide. So it is not because of copper, but it is because of hydrogen that is released when copper react with nitric acid. Okay, so you can see so our next question it is, a student adds an equal amount of copper sulfate in two beakers. He adds zinc in the beaker P and silver in the beaker Q. Student observed that color of the solution in beaker P changes while no changes is observed in the beaker Q. Okay, so how can you explain this? Two beaker you have taken. In one beaker, it is the P beaker and it is the Q beaker. In both beaker you have taken copper sulfate. Okay, what you have taken, copper sulfate. In one beaker you have added the zinc. In P, in this what you have added, zinc. In Q, what you have added, silver. Okay, in this you have added the silver. But what observation you have got here, the color of the solution in beaker P changes. In this change of color you will observe, but in Q beaker there is no change is observed. So what final conclusion you have got, it means this zinc can replace copper from the copper sulfate solution. It means zinc is more reactive than copper. Okay, what I am saying, zinc is more reactive than copper. But in beaker Q, if you will observe here, you will see here silver, it will not react with copper sulfate. It means silver is less reactive than copper. You can say silver is less reactive than copper. If you will rearrange it, then which option you will get? You will get the option C. Zinc is more reactive than copper, but silver is less reactive than copper. Okay. If you know the reactivity series, accordingly also you can go, or if you know how they react, it means if they are writing this, it will react and it will change the color, it means that compound will be the more reactive. Okay. So our next question it is, a student learns that sodium and magnesium react with chlorine to form sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. When sodium react with chlorine, it will give NaCl, but magnesium when react with chlorine, it will give MgCl2. The melting point of the sodium chloride is 1074, while the melting point of magnesium chloride it is 981. Okay, why does NaCl magnesium chloride have different melting point? Why they behaves differently? Okay, so what observation, what conclusion you have got here? Okay, sodium chloride it has more melting point, but magnesium chloride it has less melting point. It means some inter-ionic forces are there which are holding them together, and that has strong forces. That's why they have the strong melting point. Okay. Sodium carry how much charge? It is +1. Magnesium carry how much charge? It is +2. Sodium can easily lose that one electron, but magnesium it is little difficult as compared to sodium. It will lose 2 electrons. Okay. We can easily lose one electron as compared to 2 electrons. Okay. If it can easily lose one electron, it can easily make the bond, and stronger bond will be formed. Okay. So sodium chloride, after reaction, it has strong forces of interaction as compared to magnesium chloride. So option it is given here. Magnesium chloride is soluble in kerosene and petrol. No reason it is behind that. Okay. कोई reason ही नहीं बन रहा है. Sodium chloride is formed by combining sodium and one molecule of chlorine. They are telling only the term that how it will react, in which ratio they are reacting. So it is not the proper reason. C option. Sodium chloride has stronger interanic bonding than magnesium chloride. Definitely it will be the correct answer. Okay, because strong forces only will help to determine the melting point. Magnesium chloride is formed by combining one molecule of magnesium. No reason behind that. Okay, so answer will be C. So next question, it is, a student makes an electric circuit using a lead, a battery and connecting wire as shown in the diagram. So I will show you the diagram. In that, this type of arrangement it is given. Okay. So what is written here, you can see. Kunal connected a copper plate and an iron plate to the positive and negative terminal of the battery. Okay, this is positive and this is the negative terminal. Okay, along with the switch, he immersed the plates into a beaker containing the acidified copper sulfate solution. In that, what is present? Copper sulfate solution. So on the basis of this arrangement, you have to answer the question. Okay, you can see here, this is the copper plate and this is the iron plate. Okay, after a few minutes, even before he turned the switch on, he noticed that copper has deposited on the iron plate. After reaction, after switch on, from this copper plate, few molecules move from this copper plate to iron plate. It will deposit on the iron plate. This could have been due to. So what is the reason behind that? कि यहाँ से कॉपर उतर के यहाँ क्यों डिपॉजिट हुआ? Okay. It is because of electrolysis. A option. It is because of electroplating, a combination reaction, or displacement reaction. Actual reason it is displacement reaction. Electrolysis also carrying out here because you are passing the electricity. Okay. But lysis means breaking. Okay. So you are also breaking the compound, but by which reaction, by which steps they have taken that this reaction has taken place? They are asking this thing only. So it is not because of combination, though elements combine nahi kar rahe hain, it is because of displacement reaction. So how it can be, you can see. When reaction will start, this copper, it is connected with positive terminal. Okay. And this iron plate, it is connected with negative terminal, and this copper sulfate, it is present inside this CuSO4. After decomposition, this copper, it will change into copper 2 positive. Okay, and this copper 2 positive and will gain 2 electrons and it will become copper in the form of neutral. तो ये दो कॉपर 2 पॉजिटिव जो आपको कॉपर सल्फेट से मिला है, ये 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन कर लेगा. ओके सर, आफ्टर गेनिंग ऑफ 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इट विल डिपॉजिट ऑन द आयरन. तो ये इस आयरन प्लेट के ऊपर डिपॉजिट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो दिस टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन इट इज़ कॉल्ड डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. आपने कॉपर सल्फेट से कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस कर दिया है. Next question it is, which of the following is likely to happen when the current is started? आयरन विल बी डिपॉजिट ऑन द कॉपर प्लेट. क्या आयरन डिपॉजिट हुआ है? नो, इट इज़ रॉन्ग. ऑलरेडी इन क्वेश्चन इट इज़ गिवन दैट कॉपर विल डिपॉजिट ऑन द आयरन but not iron on the copper. Second option it is given, copper will continue to be deposited on the iron plate. Definitely it is the correct, already given in the question. No reaction will occur at the iron plate or at the iron copper plate. Reaction has taken place. आपने अभी किया है कि reaction तो हुई है. Okay, so it is the wrong. The copper already deposited on the iron plate will go back into the solution. No, it is also wrong option. Okay. So very easy question. In question statement already it is given that copper has deposited on the iron plate. So our next question it is, Kunal now replace the iron plate with a silver plate. Okay, replaced iron with silver. He sees that there is no deposition of copper on the iron plate before starting the current. Which of the following could be the reason? Okay, उसने iron को silver से replace कर दिया है. So option A, silver is more reactive than iron. It is wrong. Silver it is not more reactive than iron. Iron ज़्यादा reactive होता है as compared to silver. Okay. Next. Silver is less reactive than copper. Definitely this question we have already done. Okay, so in that silver is less reactive than copper. Copper is more reactive. Silver is poorer conductor than iron. It is also wrong option. Silver is better conductor of electricity than copper. It is also a wrong option. So what will be the answer? Silver is less reactive than copper. Copper की reactivity ज़्यादा होती है as compared to silver. So that's why before starting the current there is no deposition. Now next question it is, what is likely to happen to the concentration of copper sulfate in the solution on passing the electric current? Okay, concentration of copper sulfate. Concentration means here you can say in simple language it is the amount of copper sulfate in the solution on passing electric current through the solution in the setup with the silver plate. A, B, C, D. 4 options it is given. Okay, you can see here what will happen to the concentration of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate की concentration को क्या होगा if you will pass the electric current through the solution? It will increase. Wrong. It will decrease. It can be. It will remain the same. It can be. Cannot say without knowing the amount of current pass. It is wrong. So 2 options it is correct. Definitely wrong. Which one? A and D. ये बिल्कुल wrong है. It will decrease. It will remain the same. Out of these two, one option can be. If you will see in that apparatus, we have taken the copper sulfate. Okay. कॉपर सल्फेट से कॉपर डिपॉजिट हो रहा था आयरन प्लेट के ऊपर. इट मीन्स अमाउंट ऑफ कॉपर सल्फेट विल डिक्रीज, बट यू हैव टेकन द कॉपर रोड ऑल्सो. आपने यहाँ पे कॉपर रोड भी ली थी, बट फ्रॉम दैट कॉपर ना इट विल गो इन टू द सोल्यूशन. सो वट कंक्लूजन यू हैव गॉट हेयर? इफ कंसनट्रेशन ऑफ कॉपर फ्रॉम देयर इट विल डिक्रीज. यहाँ से कॉपर आप निकाल रहे थे, देन कॉपर विल डिपॉजिट immediately from this road. Copper will come into the solution, then the solution amount it will remain same. Okay, so we can say na which option will be the correct one? C, it will remain the same. So now our last question it is, which of the following will happen to the weight of the silver and copper plates after passing the current for some time? On the basis of that apparatus, what conclusion we have got? Weight of the silver and copper plate, उनके weight को क्या होगा after passing the current for some time? Okay, the weight of the silver plate will increase and that of copper plate will decrease. Definitely, आपने देखा in beaker copper sulfate you have taken. copper from this it will deposit on the iron, and copper rod, from that copper will enter into the solution. Okay, so it means you can say na copper plate, the weight of copper plate will decrease. इस कॉपर की जो रॉड थी उसका वेट डिक्रीज हो रहा है. ओके, और सिल्वर का क्या हो रहा है, इंक्रीज. ओके, सो दिस ऑप्शन will be the correct answer. The weight of copper plate will increase, wrong. Both plate will decrease, wrong. Both plate will increase, wrong. Okay. So up to this you have to revise. Thank you and have a nice day.